Meta, a social media giant that has been in all news and controversies recently. From leaking user data to copying TikTok and launching its own platforms, to investing billions of dollars in metaverse, to rebranding the company name, to having the worst decline of a company in recent years, and then finally firing 13% of its workforce in a single day. This one company has done all this in just a few years. A company that was once listed in the top 5 valuable US companies has dropped more than 70% of its value in 1 year. A company that was once dominating the era of social media in this world and was running all the biggest social media apps like Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp all under one roof. Around 2020, the company was enjoying 2-digit yearly revenue growth and was adding 100 million active users almost every year through its apps. During COVID pandemic alone, it added 300 million users on its platform and was on top of its success. But suddenly, the company has faced the worst decline and lost users to its competitors. You must have heard about multiple facts and stories about Meta, but today in this video we'll uncover many unheard facts and situations about how did this all happen. How Meta went from $1 trillion empire to just $270 billion in less than a year. And how did Meta co-founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg, who was once called youngest tech billionaire, has lost 68% of its fortune and went from $118 billion to just $37 billion in 2022 alone. And lastly, about Meta's most controversial project, Metaverse, and how it looks like. We will cover all these and a lot more in today's story of Meta. There are a lot of lessons we can learn from Meta's journey. Despite all the negativity, Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, tells us how to be consistent and resilient. We don't know the future of Meta, but one thing is sure that Meta has some great examples every business can learn from. Hello and welcome to Business Profusion, and if you are new here and want to learn on the world business, entrepreneurship and success failure stories of businesses around the world, then subscribe to the channel and click on the bell notification so that you never miss an update. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, was founded in 2004, and after a successful era of social media success and acquiring all small players and competitors, it went public in 2013. Before going public, Facebook closed its biggest acquisition of that time. In 2012, it acquired another photo and video sharing social network service called Instagram for $1 billion. Facebook, from investing in tech, infra and artificial intelligence and hiring top talent, was doing consistent growth to become $1 trillion company in the next few years. Fast forward to 2020, the company was growing organically with many acquisitions, including its two biggest acquisitions, WhatsApp for $19 billion and Oculus for $2 billion. During COVID, as the use of online services grew globally, Mark Zuckerberg predicted that this change would be permanent, even after the pandemic. By September 2022, Facebook had grown to 87,000 employees compared to 48,000 employees pre-pandemic. Now the question is, after all the amazing growth, what happened to Meta? Well, if we see, there is no one or two or three, but many reasons over the years behind the significant drop of Meta. So let's go one by one. The first and biggest reason for Meta's downfall started when the news came that how Facebook shared its users' data with UK-based analysis firm Cambridge Analytica, which used personal information of 87 million Facebook users without their consent. The firm used this data to manipulate the voters during 2016 US presidential elections to make Donald Trump win. After this scam, many people have deleted their Facebook accounts, which includes people like Elon Musk. People have started losing trust in Facebook, and it directly impacted the advertising business for Facebook. After this news came, Facebook lost more than $100 billion in the next few days. As per reports, Meta paid $5 billion to US Federal Trade Commission in settlement. There is also a Netflix documentary made on this scandal called The Great Hack. Another reason for Meta's downfall is users leaving Meta apps and going to its competitors like TikTok. But Meta is no less. When they saw that their user base is now leaving them, they tried to copy the idea from TikTok. First they created Instagram Reels, then they also created an app called Lasso. Lasso failed miserably and was shut down in July 2020. Though Reels are still available in Instagram, but if you see closely, the real Instagram is lost. Nowadays people hardly go for any post or story there. In fact, all the views on Instagram go to Reels. Hardly any post get viral on Instagram. Instagram has been turning into another TikTok. Not only this copying was enough, in July this year, Instagram announced that all new videos that are under 15 minutes would be turned into Reels. After this, Kylie Jenner shared a post saying, "Make Instagram again." Kim and Kourtney Kardashian also supported this. After this, Instagram obviously reversed the change and Adam Mosseri, head of Instagram, said, I am glad we took a risk. If we are not failing once in a while, we are not thinking big enough or bold enough. But we definitely need to take a big step back and regroup. While we are not sure about big thinking though, because copying an idea from competition, claiming it as a new move and then reversing it is definitely not a big thinking but a failed move. Not only Instagram, if you see Meta, it has copied the same idea in all its apps. They introduced the same idea of sharing stories which they copied from Snapchat across all its apps. They first started this story sharing feature in Facebook and Instagram, then they introduced it in WhatsApp as well. WhatsApp was started as an instant messaging app and now they've introduced many new things there and it is losing its core value. I am sure you must have experienced many fake messages from so-called WhatsApp business accounts. WhatsApp has been losing its user base to its competitors like Telegram and Signal. The same thing is with WhatsApp Pay and Messaging Pay. Both are doing the same thing in two different apps. But the question is, why create so much confusion? Well, as per Meta, this strategy is beneficial for people across all its apps. But the reality is that they have lost many users while gaining a few. If we see the numbers closely, in 2021 Meta reported 37% of revenue growth, whereas YouTube reported 46% of revenue growth and TikTok reported 142% of revenue growth. Another reason that hit the numbers for Meta was a new policy by Apple. Apple introduced an app tracking transparency feature for its users in the iPhone. This anti-tracking feature caused Facebook huge decline in its revenue, as Facebook business runs through the ads that they personalize after tracking user activities across its apps. After this feature from Apple, Facebook was not able to track user activities without user consent. And as per reports, 95% of the users have opted out from app tracking. And now, Facebook revenue got hit by around $10 billion. After Apple, Google also announced that they will limit the sharing of its user data with third parties in the Android apps. Along with this, Apple recently updated its App Store rules, asking for a 30% cut on the sales of Boost for posts in all social media apps. Facebook and Instagram are directly affected by this. Meta accused Apple, saying that Apple continues to evolve its policies to grow their own business while undercutting others in the digital economy. And Meta says that it will impact the small businesses that rely on the Meta apps for promoting their posts. Another reason for Meta decline is major concerns from the content creators on its platform. If you see, almost 97% of the advertising revenues on the Meta platforms goes back to Meta and only 3% goes back to content creators. This is way less than YouTube and TikTok. And this is a major reason why creators are moving away from Facebook and Instagram to YouTube and TikTok. To handle the situation in 2022, Meta pumped $1 billion for content creators on its platform. But still, it's way less than 50% of the ad revenue that is coming from YouTube. Another reason for Meta decline is the shocking confessions from its own employees, claiming how Meta is manipulating the people and countries using its power. In 2022, a whistleblower named Sophie Zhang, a data scientist in Facebook's fake engagement team, revealed concerns in Facebook's management regarding unauthentic political engagement and how Facebook is involved in political manipulations and negative media coverage. In 2021, another whistleblower named Frances Haugen disclosed tens of thousands of Facebook internal documents to SEC and Wall Street Journal that reports concerns in Facebook dealing with high-profile users spreading misinformation regarding climate change and COVID, and how Facebook is involved in promoting misinformation, hate speech, and anti-Muslim narratives in countries like India. Although Haugen claims that she wants to fix Facebook and not burn it to the ground. But nowadays, people love to hate Meta. And when this kind of news comes, people get shocked by such disclosures. And as you know, the stock market hates surprises. Although Facebook says that they want to try new things, many people believe that trying their luck on many things has turned out to be dangerous for Meta. Just a few years back, Facebook was a social media giant, and they were super successful there. After that, they started copying everyone around them. First they became payment gateway, then they entered in metaverse, and then in crypto. Yes, many of you might not know about the ambitious crypto goal of Meta, which failed in just 11 months. Meta released its cryptocurrency Novi in October 2021 through crypto exchange Coinbase. Novi was supposed to allow people to send money to each other through Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp. But due to market conditions and downfall of the crypto market, Meta decided to shut down Novi Digital Wallet on September 1st this year. Well, crypto market conditions are a different concern. The reality that's coming out is that Meta was getting a lot of pushback from US lawmakers who say that Meta cannot be trusted to manage cryptocurrency. So while all these scandals, controversies and competitors were not enough Now Mark Zuckerberg has tried his last bet on rebranding Facebook to Meta. While some say that it was a move to rebrand and create a better image with a new name, some say that Metaverse will be the next big thing, so rebranding makes sense. While we don't know the reality, but the fact is that after doing everything to boost up the active user base in Facebook and Instagram, at a point Mark Zuckerberg knew that they don't have anything new left. And that's very visible. If you compare the social media apps, they are already divided. You will find all Gen Z using TikTok and YouTube Shorts, millennials are using Instagram and YouTube, and only Gen X and boomers use Facebook. If you look at the numbers as well, Meta has stagnant growth since the beginning of this year and has lost more than 2 million users in the first 3 months only. Well, these are so many reasons, but now let's talk about the most controversial subject in Meta. It's nothing but billions of dollars of investment in Metaverse. In October 2021, Mark Zuckerberg announced his plan to invest $10 billion in Facebook Reality Labs, the Metaverse division of Facebook that focuses on creating AR/VR related hardware, software, and content. If you don't know what these buzzwords AR and VR are, let's understand this in simple words. AR or augmented reality is a composite view of digital elements with the real-world elements. Although there is no interaction between the digital and real-world elements, digital objects are overlaid in the real world. We can understand this with the online shopping example. We are using AR technology, we can see what size of TV will best fit in our room size. VR, on the other hand, is a completely digital experience with no connection to the real world. An example of this is Nike Land, which is a virtual world created by Nike. Nike Land has buildings and open spaces where players can play the games. It also has a showroom where players can buy digital products. After that Metaverse announcement and the rebranding of Facebook to Meta, Metaverse was all over the news. People were fascinated by the technology. Many companies have opened their Metaverse stores as well, like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Nike, Coca-Cola, and Wendy's. If you don't know, we already have a couple of Metaverse platforms, such as the Sandbox, Star Atlas, Decentraland, Roblox, and many more. These are 3D virtual worlds where people can work, play, eat, host events, and interact with each other digitally. Many celebrities and brands have already bought virtual land in the Metaverse. This includes Paris Hilton, Rick Ross, Rihanna, Warner Music, Adidas, and many more. In fact, I'll tell you one more interesting thing. This year, MTV Video Music Awards added a new category of Best Metaverse Performance that has nominees like Ariana, BTS, Blackpink, 21 Pilots, Charlie, and Justin Bieber, who performed virtual concerts in Metaverse. With all this hype from Metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg now knows what's next for him. So he's now copying the idea of Metaverse. In December 2021, Meta released a beta version of Horizon World on invitation basis in US and Canada. Horizon World is an online virtual reality game from Meta where players can interact with each other and host events, play games, and participate in social activities. In February this year, Meta reported about 300k users in Horizon World and claimed that they had built 10,000 worlds within Horizon Worlds. Meta initially set the target of 500k monthly active users in Horizon Worlds by the end of this year. Then they later changed the goal to 280k. But recently, in October, Wall Street Journal reported that there are only around 200k users in Horizon World, and also stated that mostly users stay on the platform for a month only. So overall, the Meta is struggling to gain new users on its platform. Horizon World got mixed remarks after its release. Some people claim that it lacks social engagement and graphics are also not so good as compared to other platforms. Some criticize the platform for the lack of safety features and hate speech. Many people criticized Horizon World badly for the missing legs for all the avatars, who appear as floating torsos with heads, arms, and hands only. Not only this, after all these negative remarks from people in US and Canada, in August this year, Horizon World was launched in France and Spain as well. When Mark Zuckerberg announced the launch with an unappealing photo, he was immediately targeted for the low-quality graphics. He then went ahead and updated the picture with a better avatar. Well, though we don't know what will be the future of Horizon World, but we know that the Metaverse is here to stay. And although many other companies are investing in this technology, which includes big players like Apple and Microsoft as well, Meta still has an edge over others, due to its investment in technology for many years now. Meta's Oculus already has thousands of applications in its store. And though many people criticize Meta and its investment in Metaverse, which includes people like Elon Musk as well, who says that Metaverse is more hype than substance, but if you're someone who's following Meta's journey since beginning, Meta is famous for its long-term technology investment and strategies. Many people have criticized Facebook earlier when they bought Instagram, and now Instagram share 44% of revenue in Meta. People targeted Facebook when they bought WhatsApp as well, saying how can someone monetize the messaging app? but WhatsApp is already generating revenue for Meta. We know that metaverse is here to stay, but it's only about timing and who does it. But right now, everything is not going great for Meta. Meta's stock dropped to $88 on November 3rd from its high on September 10 last year of $353. Recently, Meta laid off 13% of its workforce, that is more than 11,000 employees in a single day. But Mark Zuckerberg is very positive about their investment in metaverse. And we believe that with 5G technology and Meta launching Horizon World on the web, which will remove the need for headset, can definitely help them in accelerating their growth. Well, what do you think about Meta? Let me know in the comments below. If you are interested to know more on the businesses around the world and tech innovations, please check our website. The link is in the description. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like it. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, I shall catch you in the next one. Thank you and have a nice day.